Hello gentlemen, this is just a quick video in the sense where for me it's going to be a quick video with hardly any editing, specifically video editing. I just thought I'd like to inform you guys that police have come to my house again twice since the last video I uploaded with regards to the police, which was not long ago at all, about a week ago. So now the police have come to my house for a total of 5 times. The 4th time, the police arrived, 3 males, and stated that the mother had pretty much just pranked the emergency line and hung up, and due to domestic violence legislation, they had to come here. 2 days ago, they had come here because, well, 2 officers came here. They stated that they had come here because the mother of the children had been crying on the phone, and they didn't have any address details. Maybe she wasn't responding to them, just crying only. And so the police decided again to come to my house, my property, where she hasn't lived for the last 2 years, only due to the fact that her mobile phone contract is registered to this house. Again, according to the police, is why they had come here. On that time, when they came 2 days ago, the police were they were alright in the sense where that they were friendly. I actually offered them to come and have a drink. If they wanted a coffee, if they wanted a cold drink, it was really, really hot. It was funny because I'm sitting here in front of my computer, and I looked up on the monitor, and I see these 2 officers walking down the driveway. And as they're walking down the driveway, I just lift up my roller door, and I'm like, "Not again!" And they're like, "Oh, well, what made you think we're here?" I go, "Look, man, I've got you guys on the camera." Regardless, they were pretty cool. But what was said, the exchange of words between them and myself, I just wanted to know if my kids were okay. Again, just remember, bear in mind, my kids are 4 and 5 years old. So they're very vulnerable kids. And you got a mother calling the police for the 5th time. This time she's crying on the phone. The very first time when she called the police had told me that she was actually screaming on the phone. And the other 3 times in between the 1st and the 5th time, she had only just pranked the police, and so the police had come to my residence. The police said to me, "Look, we can't help you." This is on the 5th time. The last time, 2 days ago, the police said, "We can't help you. We can't do anything for you." You know, this is after I'd asked them if you can at least tell me about the welfare of my children. And, you know, "We're sorry, we can't do anything for you, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, if you guys can't do anything for me as a man, for my children, or for myself as a father of these 2 children, these 2 pretty much babies, I mean, why were you able to destroy my life via legislation? You can't do anything for me to fix anything, but you can sure do something to break something. Is this productive? And, you know, maybe you guys should check yourselves. You're men. Don't think that just because you wear a blue shirt and you wear a badge, don't think that they won't come after you as well. You're men, you have penises. Understand what I'm telling you guys. Understand, this is for your sake. Do you want to have kids and then go through the same bullshit that I'm going through? Do you just want to be in a relationship and then have some false accusation thrown against you and pretty much destroy your life? These men have started questioning, these police officers have started questioning what I proposed to them, and have been taking it pretty serious. The last 2 times, so on the 4th time and on the 5th time, they were all male officers that came to my property, a total of 5 officers. And again, I told them about the white ribbon, because every cop car has a white ribbon on the side of the car, and I told them about all the bias and the misandry against men and how it's nothing but a scam, and etc, etc, etc. One officer actually left. I'll show you a photo of him. He pretty much left with a smile on his face and scratching his head. That was on the last occasion. And also on the last occasion, the police said that they're going to go back to the police station and make a report against the mother of the kids and pretty much state that she is crazy. Now, all in all, most men will probably be, oh, good, that's great, you know. I mean, yeah, sure, it's good, it's great, I understand, you know, and it is good in the long term when it's going through a court process. However, what about the welfare of the children? Now, I know the mother is playing games. I know that. How do I know that? It's just based on some calculations that I've done between myself. I had thrown up a video on my Facebook account, and that video is the same video that I have put on my YouTube account, but I only put on the Facebook account, my Facebook account, the Arabic version. And what you can see is some black and white imagery, police walking with their lights, and a person that doesn't understand Arabic will be like, whoa, what's going on here? This looks scary. And I know she has been stalking me, whatever you want to label it as. I wouldn't call it stalking, but probably curious as to what I've been up to in my life. And in some respects, I've moved on, you know, a hell of a lot. But she would have assumed that the police had come here, obviously because of herself. She knows that she made the phone call. Police had come here, and I would have had some dispute with these police officers and probably reacted in the wrong way. But she doesn't realize that it was actually totally the opposite. The police came, they respected what I said to them, realized there was nothing going on. This was on the third time. I said, look, come and search the house. They searched the house, and she doesn't realize that that's what's occurred. All she's seen is some black and white imagery, video images of police, and in her mind it would have been, oh wow, I'm putting pressure on him, or they're about to take him away. Maybe they did take him away. She can't see everything, but she doesn't realize it's actually becoming detrimental to her case. So she called again a fourth time, and then a fifth time. On the fourth and the fifth time, I offered the police, I actually pleaded with them, come in and search my house, look for any so-called domestic violence that you want. And they actually refused to search my house. They, you know, we don't even want to bother. We're sick of it. Frankly, we're just sick of it. Because I wasn't satisfied with the outcome of all of this, in the sense where, you know, I still want to know if my kids are okay. I called up the Docs helpline, and a female answered the phone, and I explained to her the situation of what's going on and how it's become a repeated, a repetitive issue where the police are coming to my house and what have you, as I've just explained. I just want to know about if my kids are safe or not. Now, the female on the other side of the line, because she was nice. She was a nice female. Don't forget, everything's being recorded. She's being recorded. I'm being recorded. I mean, she'd better be nice. But for her sake, that is. I mean, if she wants to keep her job. And she, at the end of it, said to me, look, best thing for you to do, because us docs, we work very close with the police, should go to the police station and request a welfare check for your kids. So it sounds like it's a very serious issue. Go to the police station and request a welfare check for your kids. I wrote all this down, wrote her name down, had a receipt number, jumped in my car, drove to the local police station. And the person that was on the other side of the counter was a female. And I'm like, oh yeah, great, here we go. You can tell, you give a female some power, she's going to trip over that power. She's going to have a power trip, and she's going to abuse the so-called power that she has. And I've explained to her again, the phone calls, the police coming to my house, I want to know about the welfare of my kids, so A, B, C, D, and E, whatever. And she says to me, I don't understand, what are you here for? What are you here for? I'm like, I'm here to see if my kids are okay. I want to know about the welfare of my children. I've spoken to docs. They said for me to call you. She's like, oh, all right, give me a moment. Just give me your license. And I go inside. She's walked inside. She's come back outside. She's like, this is about 3 or 4 minutes later. Now there's about 10 other people in the police station, and going by my memory, there's 2 females that are sitting on chairs on my right hand side. There's a male and a female sitting behind me on chairs. On my left hand side, there's a lady wearing a veil, obviously a Muslim lady, and a man on her left hand side with a beard. Behind those 2 subjects was another male, and he had a very scruffy beard. And there was other people. There's a taxi driver near the mobile phone, near the phone, making a phone call. I think I ended up speaking to him as well. He used to be a chef. I actually know him. And his phone had been stolen. His wallet had been stolen from the cab. So there was quite a few people in the police station. I'm speaking very calmly to this female, and I'm explaining to her, I need to know if my children are okay. Are they safe? So she's come back out and she said, but why? Again, but why? I'm like, they're 2 young kids. My son's 4, my daughter's 5. I want to know if they're safe. The mother's been behaving erratic. Police have come to my house. This is a very serious issue. But why do you want to know your kids are safe? What makes you think there's any harm done to your kids? Have your children called you? Have they called you and told you that they've been hurt? Have they got bruising, anything like that? I'm like, my son is 4, my daughter's 5. I mean, they don't even know how to use a mobile phone yet. But why do you... And I'm like, she's trying to get me frustrated. It actually is frustrating me, keeping myself together. And then the police officer, a male police officer, on her left, for me, would have been on my left-hand side, on her right-hand side, looks at me and says, mate, if you're going to raise your voice, you know what? You might as well just leave. The male with the scruffy beard behind the 2 subjects, being the female with the veil and the male on her left-hand side, remember there was the male with a scruffy beard behind them, he said to the police officer, why are you saying that to him? He's not raising his voice. If anything, you're raising your voice, and she's just being a smart ass. That's where I stopped. I said, look, can I please have my license back? I'm leaving. And this female, who I'm just going to call a feminista, had a smirk on her face. She didn't give a shit about the welfare of my 2 young children, who, like I said, are pretty much just babies. Now, I take the welfare of children seriously, and I know that there are men out there saying, look, that's not going your own way. For people that believe that this is not going your own way, me just being a father of 2 young babies, and knowing in my mind, I'm going my own way. I'll work when I want to work. There are many things that I do when I want to do them, with as less or as least amount of influence from the outside sphere of things. My 2 children, they're my 2 kids. They'll be coming with me. For now, I'm just sussing everything out, trying to give them some safety, I feel it's an obligation, but to any person out there that wants to say that, my phone's ringing. So sorry about that. That was just my mate, just giving me a call. I think he's going to come around and we'll have a coffee. Men who have fathers who have children, either single or separated, who choose not to ever get into a relationship again, whether it be because they know the dangers, the government, or a combination of female nature and the dangers of how legislation operates and functions, and who also claim to be MGTOW. These men are MGTOW. If they are saying, look, we're not going back to the plantation, just because they have 2 kids does not, or whether it be 1 kid, whether it be 10 kids, it doesn't mean they're not MGTOW. They're MGTOW. If anything, not only are they just MGTOW, as in men going their own way, but they have the experience and the qualifications of walking through a hell that men that haven't been there would even, I can't even put this in words. The experience that they have will blow your mind, as in the misandry, the bias, the gut-wrenching, grueling experiences that they go through on a daily basis. You don't want to know how it feels. I don't even think you have any idea on how it feels. Do I need to say to these same men that state that men that have children can't be MGTOW even if they're single? Do I need to state that 6 men in Australia, a country of only 22 to 23 million people, commit suicide every single day on average? What kind of message are you giving to these men that say, we are men going our own way, we are single, we understand you can't be married? Yeah, I know I've got kids. I mean, what about if their kids are 20 years old? Did that ever cross your mind? What if their kids have got their own life happening anyway, and actually, you know what, their kids are 35? So these men are, say, 60. What, aren't they men going their own way? They're telling you, they know themselves that they will never get involved with a female, any relationship whatsoever, in a MGTOW sense, the stuff we all totally agree on. I'm not talking about fucking shark. I'm not talking about just having casual sex or going to a brothel. I ain't talking about that. You know what I'm talking about here? I don't think it's good to try to brush these men to the side. Right now, I don't have time, but I'm coming back to this. I don't have time because I've got other things I want to do as well. But I'll be coming back and discussing this more in a more articulate fashion. I've just woke up, so please forgive me. Just another thing I wanted to mention. I've been working on my Facebook account as well. I've been bringing a lot of exposure with regards to MGTOW content to people in my local community, people that have the same cultural background, I suppose. And soon, once my final hearing is over, I'll be merging or fusing or what have you, the Facebook account with my YouTube account. And I've got a lot more that I want to say. I think it'll benefit the MGTOW community, the community, collective, however you want to define it. I know, it's not a movement, whatever, but I will be coming back to speak about that as well. And thanks for listening. I really appreciate it, and I just want to tell everyone, you just stay strong. Just stay strong. Fuck all of these dogs, because all they look at you, all they see when they look at you is nothing but a utility. They want you to be a drone. They want you just to follow, like they've got a remote control, just go wherever they send you. Don't be that. Stay strong, stay firm. Fuck them. Talk to you guys soon. Stay safe.